The pitch came and you admitted it wasn't your style. What if something goes wrong and I don't mess with guns? I've got the boss man right here. Do you have him on the dial? What we'll get, we'll move it by the tons. Paranoid, paranoid. You think now, oh man, how did I get tricked into a heist? You put your dark clothes on because it is cool to wear black. How did I get here when I was taught to love Jesus Christ? Before you even understand it, the whole thing started with the crack. Paranoid, paranoid. Smoke poured in and you hear and see zip. You only know that the good shit better be coming. Before you can even feel it, you've tightened your grip. To those around you, it's nothing but humming. Paranoid, paranoid. How did I get here? What decision put me here? You think to yourself as the frontman pulls the trigger. If I disappear, who will be there to shed a tear? Maybe if I'd put into my schooling and studying a little more rigor. Paranoid, paranoid. You grab a bag of what you are not even sure. And whether it's worth the bleeding and running, it better have for all your ills a cure. Some for which you did not have the cunning. Paranoid, paranoid. Okay, what's the damage, one says? Better go to the hospital. You look down and you just make sure you're still all there. Oh, it's just a little cancer and a few broken bones, said the boss non-committal. He and his main wingman had been caught in the snare. Paranoid, paranoid. Yes, he says, we have to eliminate the extra weight. And get rid of everyone we don't need and didn't earn. Alarm bells start going off in your mind and refuse to obey. A different paths of destruction, the wheels start to churn. Paranoid, paranoid. When you think you've got away, one of the henchmen approaches and says, bad news, my friend. The police seize your accounts. They've got videotape with you among the cockroaches. And when they add it all up, they've got the right amounts. Paranoid, paranoid. You go to this celebration anyway because you need a drink. The waitress comes up to you and said, the first timer never makes it. Whether she knows it or not, she's brought you to the brink. Now you can't stop thinking about how they'll throw you in the pit. Paranoid, paranoid. You ditch all your dark clothes and like a bride, wear white. If that won't make you pure, I'm not sure what will. The preacher told you he'd cover your blight when contemplating the apocalypse. What's the usual drill? Paranoid, paranoid. Now you're completely sure they're coming for you. Ready to eliminate you so you won't talk. You're just one on a list. Are you the next on a queue? Now are you so obsessed with the clock? Paranoid, paranoid. How can you not see them around every corner? Avoid everyone. Maybe they even copped your mother. The preacher says this is the end and you think the warner. Is this all there is? Or is there an out there other? Paranoid, paranoid. Two gunmen approach and before you know it they've turned into pigeons. The assassin's blade transforms quickly into a bar of soap. The hitman on the dark bridge is actually just selling his religions. The man in the riot shield and bully club is just the Pope. Paranoid, paranoid. The detective comes to the door and asks if he can make some proclamations. Sure, I guess, you would say. I've been told I'm a pretty good interview. He tells you he knows where you got all the cash for your donations that you made and why there's money poking out of the top of your shoe. Paranoid, paranoid. Oh, I'm actually a world-class counterfeiter, you reply. This money isn't even real. I like to play the Monopoly. The detective sees through your obvious lie, but he spends a few hours there because he does his job very sloppily. Paranoid, paranoid. He asks where you were on the night all this occurred. You make up that you were trying out all the clubs. And I spent so much money my vision's all blurred. The detective's getting impatient. His temples he rubs. Paranoid, paranoid. Look, he tells you, I'd arrest you right now. But I took too many painkillers and forgot my handcuffs at home. Just stay here, and I'll be back if you allow. When he leaves, you think of all the places you can roam. Paranoid, paranoid. You look in your wallet trying to find a ticket. They'll help you escape so you can be completely remade. To a small town with small habits you can pick up and kick it. Maybe even some port or factory where you can apply a trade. Paranoid, paranoid. New town, new name, but still looking behind you. Will they be able to find you? Are you now safe? The old man stares down and asks, "Is this who?" In your clothes and sweat, you begin to chafe. Paranoid, paranoid. Better keep moving on, now you're a vagabond. No place to be and certainly no people to see. You even do the unthinkable, unforgivable, and dye your hair blonde. When you need a few dollars, you know how to go on a spree. Paranoid, paranoid. The only safe place you can think of is in the woods of a national park. So you pitch your tent among the bears, elk, bison, and moose. Surviving on rainwater, herbs, berries, mushrooms, and tree bark. You'll lie around in ivy, warily avoiding the spruce. Paranoid, paranoid. What's that turtle doing? You begin to question. It's moving so slowly. And why does it need so much armor? You become alarmed at its very existence. You run away as far as you can from the charmer. Paranoid, paranoid. On the globe, if you go too far, you're back where you started. You keep going as far as you can all the way ahead. You have a quick thought for those of yours dearly departed. But now you have the realization that they can't kill you if you're already dead.